You just got up?
Yeah. I'm sleeping in my bed.
You slept in your bed. I know. It's 3 nights now. Well guys, it's Monday and we're back out here, back to it. I told these guys that there'll be a little bonus for them if we get this area cleared and planted by the end of the week. I really want to have everything in the ground and have this whole place cleared, everything chipped and everything in the ground by Friday, because I'd really like to enjoy the Christmas weekend and then have the week between Christmas and New Year's to just kind of enjoy family. I got a bunch of trees here. We're going to plant them. We need to go get cardboard, and we need to finish clearing this, obviously. This is the bend in the canal, and this is how far they've gotten with this grass. Now there's a bunch of trees here that need to be taken down, and this tree that they took down last week has got to be cleaned up. But this is how far we've gotten. As you can see, there's the property line. So it's not like there's a lot of work to do. We should be able to get this all cleaned up. The key is going to be then planting everything before the weekend. Since we cleared this section, there's no shade, there's no windbreak, and there's no protection from the weather. Now it's December, so it's not that big a problem because we're at the coolest time of the year and we're getting some rain. So we get rain, it's kind of cooler, we're all right. However, if it looked like this in January, we'd be in big trouble. I mean, big trouble. So what we have to do is plant out stuff that will grow fast and create shade and windbreak to protect us from the summer heat. And that's where the pigeon pea or the gunga pea comes in. We're going to make sure we plant this whole place out with pigeon pea or gunga pea so it'll be tall enough to give us some protection when the weather gets really hot. Come January or come July, we need something that's going to give us shade and protection from that super hot Jamaican sun. And the best way to do that is to plant, what we're going to do is plant the pigeon pea or the gunga pea. That'll give us some good protection. It's also a legume, so it's fixing nitrogen at the same time. Now, I was just about to pull this mahogany out of the ground, but let's see if we can get focus on it here. We have, right here on the tip, we have growth. That means this thing is finally shooting out new growth. Even though the branches that were on it are gone, this thing's alive and the root system is finally taking hold. So we're not pulling this tree. We're just going to let it go. I thought it was dead, but it's not. We're going through this area. We got a few dead trees. We're going to pull the dead ones and replace them. But I'm going to be very careful what I pull because this tree is obviously still alive and giving us roots. We got starting to see these moringas poking through everywhere. This is part of the plan too. We want to have these moringas. These are going to be part of the shade / windbreak / mulch system / everything. Moringas, I'm really hoping that when the goats start coming through, they eat the moringas and leave my good trees alone. Because I really don't want to have to start shooting these people's goats. But if they don't get their goats under control, you know, people are going to be having curried goat. I would very much like to know what's killing these silky oaks, because I've lost about half of them. Although I'm not going to pull this yet. I'm going to see if this thing comes back, because some of these, I just pulled one, not a silky oak, I just pulled a cedar that looked completely dead. Looked totally dead. Not a bit of growth. As soon as I pulled it, I could see new roots coming out, and there were 2 buds coming off, but they were below the mulch line, so you couldn't see them. So we're not going to pull this yet. We're going to wait and see how this thing does, but it looks rough. I mean, this is a cedar either the goats ate it or it went through transplant shock and shed all its leaves. But you see, we've got new growth. We've got new growth on it. And it's starting to come back. So I'm going to be very careful. I'm not pulling anything unless I know it's absolutely 100% dead. Unfortunately, there's a few of them here. And even then, I'm not going to pull everything. We're going to focus on planting new. And then we're going to come back through here after that. I may wait a month and see what pops. Give them a month to get established before I start checking them again. Now, here's another one. This thing looks completely dead, right? But we're not going to pull this. I'm willing to bet we're going to see a stem come off of this soon, somewhere. We may actually see one come out of the ground here. But there's growth on this. I'm not convinced this one's dead. I think it'll come back. Alright, I have decided I'm not going to go back and look at the trees that have been previously planted anymore. I pulled one out that wasn't dead. Even though I thought it was dead, it wasn't dead. So we're going to stop it. We're going to just focus on planting new in this section, and that's where we're going to put our energy. Not going to worry about what's over in the previously planted area yet. We're going to give it a little time to get established. I'll check on it after the holidays.